I've been muted this entire time. Howdy, Razcal, Ozino. Good to see you. Give me a second. Hold on. Check something real quick. How's everyone doing? Good, I hope. How much Elden Ring is there? That's a good question. It's a good question. I don't know. If you mean how much is there left, I mean I also can't answer that. But, you know. We shall see, I suppose. Howdy, Double Jumper. Good to see you. Morning, Flora. Bought myself a new game today. Ooh, nice. What was it? Oh, I accidentally closed the game. Tales of the Shire. It's very cute. I hope it's good. I haven't heard the best things about it, but I hope you have a good time with it. I'm out in the 32C heat walking to a bus stop. I see. That sounds horrible. But I also have no frame of reference for how hot 32C is. But the fact that you're referring to it as 32C heat and remarking on it at all leads me to believe that perhaps it's quite hot. 89.6 Fahrenheit. Okay, yeah, that's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. That would suck. That would really suck. All right, so in the meantime, I want to show you folks what I would want. Feels like some delay. I'm sure that's fine. I started up a second character. I think the game is lagging for some reason. It does this sometimes whenever you launch it, which is really fun. In the meantime, I have started up a second character. The second character first began with one explicit purpose. Yeah, the frame rate is fucked for some reason. The explicit purpose of this character was to go and kill patches so that I could get the leather gloves, and then I could ask a friend who had Elden Ring to co-op with this character so I could give them the leather gloves so that I could give them to my main character. Alright? And then while I was playing this character, I decided, oh, what the hell? I'm going to replay this game again at a second point just to get a more fully formed view of the game. So this is now a Dex, not really even Dex, it's just a poison character, status effect character. But while I was doing that, I found out that the male and female chainmail sets are completely different. Because if you're playing as a female character, instead of the really ugly chainmail gloves, you get these really, really nice, simple, cuffed leather gloves that go up the entire forearm. There are no other gloves like this in the game, except the closest you can get is Patch's leather gloves. And that made me very upset. So here we are now, I suppose. Back to my other character, completely gloveless, although I don't know why I launched it to desktop. I'm going to need to completely close the game again because it has decided to launch at a lower frame rate for some reason, which it does every once in a while. There's seemingly for no reason. You just relaunch it and then it decides to be normal. I have a lot of problems with Elden Ring as you have all been made well aware. However, one of them that I don't think I've gotten to express very much is that I think it has one of the poorest selections of armor variety in a Souls-like. At least in regards for someone like me who likes to mix and match rather than min-max. There is certainly a lot to go around. There are a lot of different armor sets. However, there are specific things that are really lacking in terms of like neutral ground that would bring a lot of outfits together. In particular, one of the biggest ones that I can think of is, outside of being a female character, I suppose, there is not a generic brown leather glove that matches with a lot of the other leather that you will see on other sets. There are plenty of different metal gloves that have some leather attached to them, sure, but outside of the leather gloves from Patch's set, and outside of the female chain gloves, or just gauntlets, as they're called, there isn't really just a plain old leather glove, which would be the perfect thing to complete this set that I'm wearing right now. It would really just tie it all together. But it does not exist. There's something like this, which is a short leather glove, which kind of works, but as you can see, it would be way better if it went further up the forearm. And this works, except it's too frilly, and the leather is too bright. It's not washed out like the rest. And this matches, but it's got all this ornamentation on it that means it doesn't match aesthetically. This is about the length and ruggedness that I'm looking for, but it's reddish, so it doesn't match at all. Which is the big problem I have with armor in Elden Ring that we talked about last stream, is any given armor set has, like, a completely different armor shade to it than any other armor in the game. So you can't really mix and match armors very well, because all of them are different colors and values. I'm just going to go through a couple metal gloves to see if we can find one that matches this well enough that I think you would be comfortable wearing it. Alright? Or that I would be comfortable wearing it. Alright, let's go. So this one, nope. 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 Eh. Close. Nope. That could do it. No, too bright. Too dark. Too dark. Matches the texture very well, though. The ornamentation. Same one. Too dark doesn't match the aesthetic. Close, but the texture is off. See? That's nothing. Millennia has a nice leather glove here, but unfortunately, the other one is the prosthetic arm. Nope. Those ones just go with the set. Vagabond Knight. Nope, too dark. Too dark, too ornamented. Too dark. Too bright. Too dark, obviously. Nice ornamentation, too faded. Clear out Knights. Nope. Nope. Very close, but too bright. Not even close on that one. I didn't even notice these were asymmetrical. All-knowing gauntlets. Not textured enough. And also too gray. Too bright? Nope. Doesn't match. Nope. Nope. That's all of the gloves I have that could maybe match. So while I love this set here, I can't really use metal gloves with it. So you know what I would love to have is some pretty standard, you know, arm length leather gloves, forearm length, maybe that one about yay high, right? that matched with the leather of the armor so that I could, you know, mix and match a little bit. But unfortunately, it does not exist on male characters. Unless you remember to kill Patches because he doesn't drop it at the end of his questline. Alright, that's my Elden Ring criticism out of the way. Or rather, that's my Elden Ring criticism that no one gives a fuck about out of the way. Let us actually start playing the videos game, shall we? After I find today's outfit, I suppose. Knight Cavalry, not quite. Malformed, no. No. Veteran, what about these? Too dark. Oh, fuck. We're in the same hell right now. We're in the same hell that I just described. Nope. Not dark enough. Not textured enough. Fuck. Close. That's close. Good enough. What about pants? Brave Perfumer, Omen Killer, kind of matches. Nox Greaves, not bad. Fire Knight, you know what? I could just wear two from the same set. That's acceptable. That's acceptable. An extra rare, late, early Jelly String. I know, right? I'm all over the place. Also, see, that would be great if the metals matched. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Okay, you know what? You know what? Does that work? No. I want to use these boots. I really like these boots. They're too smooth. They're just too smooth. And so they don't match with anything. It's the worst. Alright. I've decided nothing good is allowed to exist in this world. See how good this would look if I just had some leather gloves to go with it? But instead, these ones have to have metal, so I have to compromise. Oh, I hate it here. I hate it here. Okay. Alright. What are we doing? I forgot what was going on. I wanted to grab something here, because as I was going through the game, I realized there were a lot of vendors throughout the world that I just forgot to grab all of their stuff from. So we're going to go visit, I think there's like 2 or 3 vendors that I just need to buy all of their shit for drip purposes. I bought this guy's S-Stock, but I didn't even buy this guy's S-Stock. Where did I get an S-Stock? Anyway, didn't get the Astrologer set. You know what, I'll take these while I'm here. Why not? Yoink. Morning, morning, Lemonade. How are the rats? The girls are good, I think. I'm really surprised I didn't get the kite shield, because I think this is like the exact shield that I'm looking for. Kind of smallish sized, decent ornamentation, nice metal color. As opposed to the heater shield, which has nothing going on, and this one, which is a little too complex. This seems like a really good middle ground. So I'll have to upgrade that. And hopefully it has comparable stats to the Banished Knight shield. Then there is this guy over in Caelid. To be honest with you, I just did not explore Caelid at all in this playthrough. I went to Caelid when it was too early in the game, and I was like, wow, all the enemies here do way too much damage. Fuck this, I'm leaving. And never came back, because I killed Radon and didn't need to come back. So, you know, simple as. So we have 2 armor sets to grab here. One of which should be the Barbarian set from this guy. Or the Nomad set? I don't remember exactly what it's called. Berserker? Something along those lines.
Trade again.
Champion! There we go. Yoink. Get all of that. Why not? Gravity's advantage. Completely useless. Nice. And then we're going to walk halfway across the Lake of Rot here to grab the Perfumer set. Just to give ourselves more options. I'm going to die. No, we're fine. Good work, Torrent. This is the kind of shit that I will do when I play these games. To me, finding new armor sets is one of the most exciting things that I can happen across. Unfortunately, Elden Ring makes it a little difficult to celebrate because, as I just showed you, it's very difficult to mix and match. Dark Souls 3 is my favorite. And going back through Dark Souls 3, you're going to find a lot of armor sets. And a lot of those armor sets are going to have... Wasn't there a body here that I can search? Or is it over there somewhere? Anyway, you're going to find a lot of armor sets, and especially early game, a lot of those armor sets have just, like, plain leather gloves. So maybe I've been spoiled for choice in that regard, coming from Dark Souls 3 and then going to Elden Ring. And just having so many, like, relatively plain but varied options available to me. Maybe that's the problem. Oh, it's over here in this other corner. There we go. Yoink. Full set. Alright. Now let's see. I did grab this for a reason. And that reason is maybe the Traveler's Slops look better. Let's see. The Astrologer's Boots. Not quite. Red is too rich. What about the Traveler's Slops? Now, the Traveler's Slops almost match, but not well enough to replace the Page Trousers. Alright. Now, where were we here? I think we were over here. 7th floor storehouse. Dark Souls 2 has the most powerful fashion. Dark Souls 2 fashion was great. I'm still sad that they've never introduced an armor set quite like the Royal Knight set. In Elden Ring, your only option for a similar helmet is the Drake Knight helm. I think this type of helmet is called a Sallet. Why did it get rid of my eyes? What? Why are my eyes not special anymore? Hold on. What the hell? Anyway, this type of helmet I really, really like. And in Dark Souls 2, they have one that has the full helm of this variety, face covering and all, with the Royal Guardsman helmet. And I wore that for the entire game when I played it. But it does not exist other than with the big ol' cone. So there's nothing I can do there. It's not that Elden Ring doesn't have variety, because it does have, as you can see, quite a lot of variety. It's just that all of the variety doesn't... Oh my god, this helmet looks terrible. Holy shit. It's just that none of this variety... It has so much variety that none of it can go together. So you have to really, like, scrape for every little bit of synergy you can find outside of sets that are literally designed to pair up. Where's my helmet? I like that one. There you are. Alright. Back to it. Oh, okay, that's not a dead guy. Or that is a dead guy, rather. My bad. Okay. Off to a good start. Got him? This is, yeah, heal on crits now. Gotcha. Another one? Please? Yeah, free heals. Nice. Did you drop something? Oh. Well, he did drop armor. Again, I love that enemies in the DLC drop upgrade materials like crazy. I think that is genuinely one of the best parts about it so far. They are just flooding you with upgrade materials to make sure that you are able to actually engage with all of the new systems and equipment they have added to the game. And I really, really like that. Okay, if I knew what you were looking for, I would be able to help you. I don't know where I'm meant to be going now. Something tells me I should probably jump down and I think navigate across these. Got him. Let's just backstab to get our health full. Right, up and across. Exclamation point jelly ring. I'm not sure what exactly you were expecting. Only gel... No, no, you won't find that one. I'm not that confident. Only, you know, I appreciate you going just direct on that last one. Subtlety is for the birds, I suppose. Hmm. That looks important. Going on over here. Where am I trying to get to? I would like to try and jump there, but I feel like attempting to do that will get me killed. Have I been over there? It's been so long. It's been like a week or so. I don't remember where I was or where I was going. I don't think that's new. I think that, yeah, we were there. I saw that. I was like, how do I get that? And then... Huh. Let's just explore... Well, we can't do that anymore. Shit. Alright. Well, you know what? We'll take the plunge. Fuck. Oh, man. Man. I almost got it first try. I almost got it first try. We'll kill this guy again real quick, because maybe he'll give us something special. Definitely doable, yeah. Oh, this thing does not do a lot of stagger damage. That could be a problem. Got him. Okay. Fire Knight Short Sword. Now I have 2 of them. Alright, let us go back to... We did upgrade the flail. You know what? We're going back to the flail. We had a good time using the flail last time. I remember that. Where did it put my souls? Oh, there. Cool. Nice. Very kind of them. Alrighty. I need to remember to upgrade the Misericord, because that extra crit damage is crazy. Afternoon, Decoy. For me, it is morning, but not insane early morning like usual. Just a pleasant 9 a.m. for me. Did I pull this lever? I definitely didn't. Letting me. Oh. Oh! I see. Alright. Very Bloodborne DLC-esque. Nice. Okay. So then that means... Yeah, there it is. It's just going to be hanging from his beard there. So let's go grab that, because it looked shiny. If that's just an... if that's a random upgrade material, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to be sad. I will be sad. Pearl Drake Talisman plus... You know what? Fully worth. Fully worth. That is quite good. Quite worth the mystery of discovering it, I must say. Come on. Give me that free heal. Thank you, thank you. And perhaps drop the gloves? No? Okay, listen, I appreciate you dropping the armor. I really do. I would appreciate it more if perhaps you were able to drop the sets that I did not already have. Heal per block. Heal on crit. My entire build is based around getting guard counters to buff up my damage and to get... Oh! I was baited. Hold on a minute. I was baited and then I found some more cool stuff down here. Hello? What are you? Bolt Drake +3. Okay, damn. All sorts of +3 talismans here. And we found the Spell Drake +3 earlier in the DLC as well, which is nice. I had a feeling that was a secret passage. Ow. Very rude of you. Okay. Alright. Let's just get some heals real quick. Come on. Come on. Gotcha. More free healing. I don't know why I'm being so stingy with my Estus, but you know what? It's free real estate. It's called min-maxing, and if you don't do it, the challenge runners scream at you. Once more. There we go. Alrighty. Then we're going back up the steps. Back up all the way. Killed that guy. Then I looked over here and I saw shiny, and I said, "Ooh, shiny," and jumped down and got baited. Can I get across to that? I can. Okay, just to be a little more observant of my surroundings. Oh! This is what I've been looking for. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been waiting for. Okay. All right. All right. What's the guard boost on that look like? All right. Doesn't matter. What am I talking about? Oh, it's the guard boost. We're going back. We're upgrading it immediately. I know there are 2 of these. However, I like how this one looks more, even though it doesn't even block full physical. Oh, that's bad. Well, we're going to be going for healing guard counter, so we'll be able to sustain some of the damage that we lose anyway. Can you infuse it? You can? Wonder what that looks like. Let's see. Ash of War, duplicate. No, strength and armament. All the way. Yep, all the way. You know, I mean, when I say all the way, I mean all the way. 69 guard boost, nice. All right. Change up that loadout. Well, no, we'll keep you where you were. Just unequip that for a moment. Then you go there. And then what sort of Ashes of War can we put on this? Can you get Impaling Thrust? Ashes of War. You start with Shield Strike. Repeated inputs allow for up to 3 follow-up. You know what? We'll try that out. Now, here's the problem that I know we're going to run into. We will not be able to infuse this to give it better damage. Because that's going to eat into our guard boost. Can I mitigate that? How much more am I really getting here? About 500. Well, yeah, we'll call that about 500. As opposed to... Why am I... Let me just use a calculator. I don't know why I'm trying to calculate this. Because I think it already has relatively even split. Calculator. It is like the same-ish. 306 plus 162. 468 against... 468, 468, 468, 468. Okay, so I'm only losing out on about 30 damage. Or no, only 20 damage. So it's not even worth giving it the quality infusement. Infusion, rather. Not even worth. Let's go try it out. Let's go see what we're working with. First, let's check out that guard counter. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. This does not have good hardness. Okay. That's not good. That is, in fact, dare I say, quite bad. This doesn't have enough hardness to deflect attacks like my Great Shield did. So that could be a problem. Or rather, that kind of is a problem. Can we work around it? Yes. Will it be annoying to do so? Also, yes. Hey, you want to start shit? That's fine by me. Let's see. Will it be able to deflect his attacks? No. See, that's a problem. Part of the reason you use a massive shield is so that you can deflect attacks. That's one of the like biggest benefits of using a great shield in this game, or any Souls game. It does look sick. I know there's another dueling shield. I think in this same area, if I'm not mistaken, that is made of metal instead of wood. So my hope is that that one has enough hardness to deflect blows. Dueling shield build? It's possible. Because right now the stats on this one are kind of bad. I only really upgraded it since it was the first one I got, but it's wooden and it uses gold. Oh no, the more I look at it, the less I like it. Ideally, this would be, or rather, theoretically, this would be my ideal weapon for this build. It is both spear and shield. But it has very bad block stat. Oh, we can... Interesting. Huh. Alright, we haven't tried out the Ash of War yet. This feels distinctly like something is going to join our duel. It doesn't cost anything? Oh. What? Hold on a minute, then. Wait. Let me check something. 910. Okay. That might be the play. One moment, please. Ow. Right. He did damage through the shield because we only block about 90% physical. That's bad. That's pretty bad. Do we block whenever we're using the shield strikes? Is that a block and an attack at the same time? Because if so, that's kind of crazy. That doesn't cost any FP. Skill that uses the shield to attack. Okay, very descriptive. Thank you. Alright, so we did 9-10. What do we do without it? What? What's going on? 725, because it's from the front, I assume. What? Come on! It's not counted as a skill? That sucks! What the hell? Man! That's actually really disappointing. What's the point of this, then? Other than the two on the ends. Does it attack and defend at the same time? Because then, maybe it has some utility there. Okay. So this guy is Gale for some reason. Well, not for some reason. He enchants his blade with fire, but he's Gale. Keep that in mind. I gotta say, not a strong showing for dueling shields so far. Although perhaps I've just found the single worst enemy to use them against. It does not attack and defend at the same time. Unless it's a very strict timing thing, and I just got the timing wrong. Maybe I need to time it with his attack. Wow, that running heavy is quite bad. But I think you're blocking while you're doing it. Yeah, okay. Alright. Let's try this again. This is maybe the worst enemy to try this on. That's bad. Okay. This definitely is the worst possible enemy to try out this new weapon on. Because he has fire trails and his attacks are faster than our guard counter. Also not playing particularly well right now. See, that's a problem. Freya? He's still going. Okay. Alright. Shield Strike is terrible. Shield Strike is absolutely terrible, and here's why. Every other skill that strikes with the shield has a very unique property to it that makes it extremely useful for defending. Namely, your guard cannot be broken when you are using the attack. When you use Shield Charge or Shield Bash, it does not matter how much stamina you have. It does not matter how much it is depleted by when you are attacked. Your guard cannot be broken. As you just saw, your guard can be broken when you use Shield Strike. So, unfortunately, we're going to bench you until I can find a better Ash of War to use, or until I can find your better counterpart. And, unfortunately, if your better counterpart doesn't have the same hardness as a Great Shield, I will be benching the weapon type entirely. Which is rough, because I was really excited about dueling shields. But it seems like they provide none of the utility which I want that is present in a Great Shield. Which does hinder things quite a bit. My turn. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, new helmet? And a new Ash? Oh my god. Absolutely worth. Let's see. I gotta say, I do fuck with the helmet quite a bit. Unfortunately, it's way too ornamented, so I already know it's not going to match with any other armor set I have. I don't know why I went straight for that one. Oh, wow. Wow. That's really bad. Oh my god. Really now? Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. It just floats off of all of them. Oh, no. Oh, that's terrible. Holy shit. Wow. That's fucking horrendous. Alright, well, never using that, unfortunately. That sucks. Oh, Erdtree fragment. Let's go back to... What do we want to go back to? Let's go back to Greatsword. We haven't used Greatsword in a hot minute. Oh, and one of these. I have never actually been keeping track of my Erdtree fragments. I just sort of upgrade whenever they give me the... Yep, there we go. Yay! Erdtree Blessing 10. This feels like a boss fight. That is very much the vibe that I get from the placement of this door. Well, I guess I was right. The peak incoming. Ooh.
Mongrel intruder.
You want to try that line again?
That tarnished, it seemeth.
Oh. Hello.
Wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of light?
Mesmer, I presume?
Yet my purpose standeth unchanged. Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death.
Okay. A lot of rumble. Bad posture, boss. Don't worry, we'll exploit that. We're going for posture breaks anyway. Okay, well, I saw a summon sign. Is that for my boy? Is that for my boy Hornsent? Hornsent, get the fuck in here! Fuck. Alright. I normally don't summon in Elden Ring. However, lore summons are the exception. I am not doing this without my boy Hornsent. Going good, Baltic? Although we did just get our shit rocked. Let's change up the build just a bit. I have a feeling this isn't going to be particularly useful. So what we want instead... Oh, we didn't get Flame Drink +3. That's rough. That's kind of the one that I wanted. Not that big of a boost. Well, that's not really that big of a boost at all. I don't think that's even worth it. Do we have a shield that blocks better fire? Oh, no, this one blocks good fire. Okay, that's fine. Okay, well, then I guess we won't change a damn thing. It has some flame fortification. Ow. Ow. Okay. Buff up. Did that hit me through my block? Ow. Got him. Alright, hold on, lay off for a second. Okay, that's a 3. Hmm. I think I just mistimed my guard there. It's so fucking hot, dude. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I assume it would be. I think I want to summon Horn Scent towards the end of the fight, because I don't want to have him there for the whole thing. Right. I should have known. That's to be expected. Oh, that was a grab. Okay, well. Alright.
In the embrace of Messmerizing.
You missed an insane Nintendo Direct. They announced the Switch 2 port for Apex Legends. No way! I've always wanted to play Apex Legends at 30 FPS. What? That's crazy! I can't believe they're finally doing it. Usually I had to artificially cap my frame rate on my PC. Now I can finally play it the way I want to. Now let's try that again. Oh, I get... Okay, well. Strike the wrong one, I'm dead. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna be here for a bit. We're gonna be here for a bit. Don't forget about your pal Hornscent. I'm not forgetting him, this seems like it's a fun boss, and I don't want to... I want to actually fight this boss. Some of the girls... Unfortunately, the girls will completely break his AI and ruin the fight. Why did that third one not... Okay, well... He's not done. Okay. The double chug that was worthless because he hit me. Oh. Okay, that one had a little more delay to it.
In the embrace of Messmerizing.
Need to be more patient. You can always summon him after you've whittled him down. That's the plan, yeah. That's the plan. Don't think you can double chug, got hit every time. That seems to be the case, yes. That's not to punish yet. That is. Alright. Tried to drink the wrong one, there goes my heal. Because he definitely is the kind of boss that punishes you for doing that. Nope. And that's death. Because input delay. Not input delay, input buffering for some reason kept that charge heavy. Alrighty. Milady's guard counter is so cool. I know you're talking about the weapon. You sound like a fucking... You sound like a fucking character in the stands during a shonen tournament arc. That's not my turn. Oh, hello. Stole that one. Lock in. All right. Delayed. See, that I don't like. I don't like that I can perfectly block that and then not get a punish for it because it knocks me back. I think that's one of my biggest problems with the what is it? With the parry tier. Not a 9S. I feel like it would be a massive reward if fully parrying an attack like that gave you like perfect hardness and made it so that attacks that normally blasted you back on a block, you were able to just tank them and stand your ground because you knew the boss well enough and you knew the attack well enough that you could defend at the proper time. I think that would be a much more interesting benefit that would really change up how you can attack some bosses. Okay. Because there, I would love to get a parry instead. That's a cool attack. That one's fun to dodge. Oh! I should have just gone for it. Alright, now I buff up. Not my turn. You gotta remember. Oh my god, I'm dead. Yeah.
In the embrace of Messmerizing flame.
Not sure if it's a criticism or intended difficulty that his flames make it impossible to see what's going on beneath him. I'm going to err on the side of that's intended. Thoughts on his cute snake friend? I like her. Okay, not a guard counter opportunity. Alright, this is a charge-heavy boss, not a guard counter boss. That's a fun attack to dodge, man. That's a really fun attack to dodge. Where is it? Where is it? That's death. Ow. He just spawns a new one? Nope. Oh, man, I missed the first one that would have staggered him. I had a feeling it would. Alright. Notice the DLC bosses, I'll start with a charge or a dive bomb to make summon ashes hard to start with. I did not notice that. I don't know why I said that so weirdly. I know, I mean, it's definitely something that bosses do start with in Souls-like games. I know, Laxasia starts with one in her second phase, I think. So it's not unheard of. Nope, not my turn. Gotta remember, that big thrust is just the prelude. There we go. Knew I'd get that one. Alright. Very cool attack. And didn't get my good guard counter. Oh, there we go. Nice. Keep up the damage. Almost at about half health. Not my turn. I'm dead. I'm gonna die. Double chug. The greed! What? That input buffering is crazy! Not my turn. Oh, never mind. Alright. Ooh, that was lucky. Oh, he's mad.
Suffer,
He's mad.
our Lord devoid of light.
So I hate to break it to you, man. I've already killed Marika. I'm so sorry.
No, Mother. Forgive me.
Oh. Oh! Okay. Oh no. See, it's actually symbolism for how FromSoft is never going to port Bloodborne to PC. Snake time? Snake time?
Soon tarnished. Wilt thou be taken in the jaws of the abyssal serpent, shorn of light?
It sounds like he's having a really normal one right now.
O lightless creature,
Okay.
embrace thine oblivion, as shall I.
Alright. I got snaked. I got snaked. What can you say? Alright. I'm feeling relatively confident in that first phase now. Let's fully buff up. Let's get in there. Okay, that one hit me through my guard. Grab. And then he's gonna stagger. He did not stagger. That's a stagger. Go. The double chug because I'm greedy. Dodge. Dodge. 3. Dodge. Charge heavy. That hit me through my guard.
In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
That hit me through my guard. That's annoying. Think you were still in recovery frames? It's possible. It definitely felt like it hit me through my guard. Maybe the reason why I'm quick to say that's the case is because it has happened throughout the entire game. And then... not my turn. Shit. Okay. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that. The double chug. Heavy. Light follow-up. Heal. No, that's gonna hit me. I'm just gonna greed for the guard counter. I should... oh my god, it worked! Alright, alright. Looking good. Big stab. Big reward. Alright. Looking good. Second phase. Don't die to the snake. Heal up so we're full. Oh my. I didn't need to heal. That was a waste. Spinny. Thank you. Double chug for full health. Stab, 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 stab. Slam. Explosion. Give me my charge heavy. Spin. Oh. What's he doing? Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's dangerous. I'm surprised I was able to block that. 2 and 3. I fucked up the third. That's fine. Not double chug because I don't want to greed. Oh. Alright. Charge heavy. Ow. One, two, three, four, five. Dodge. Dodge. Oh, I didn't dodge the second one. Shit. I'm trying to get horn set. Horn set, get in here, buddy. All right, stop fucking monologuing and kill this motherfucker. Nice! Alright. Nice work, dude. Nice work, bro. Yep, that was all you, man. You really worked for it.
Accursed Mesmer, my clan's suffering, their pain, all that they felt. Do you understand now? Your ugliness.
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
Yep. Let it all out, buddy. Let it all out. Nice work. Cool. See, I don't feel bad about summoning for the end there, because obviously I got his health low enough, and you saw while I was defending, waiting for Hornsent to go and get the kill, it was just fucking perfect guard after perfect guard. I got that cadence down. Fun boss. Decent level of challenge. Probably a lot harder if you're dodging instead of blocking, where you can mitigate a lot of that damage, and I don't have to time it perfectly. What do we want to level? What are we leveling? We're getting a little bit of arcane? A little bit of arcane. Hey, buddy. How's it going?
We meet again, I see, comrade in arms, upon his end. Did you see Messmer's face?
No, not really.
Sublime. A very tangle of snakes.
Oh, that part, yeah.
He dared call us savages, when he himself was most base of all.
So what now, huh?
To say the least, I am to you indebted, yet unquenched remains my thirst for revenge. The death of Messmer was merely the start.
Uh-huh.
Now comes the piper to collect from America, her offspring, and all.
See, now that's the shit I don't like.
Vengeance for the flames. My blade I wield.
See,
If Miquella's redemption soothes the ache that throbs within, demanding blessed vengeance, and I wish not to be by him redeemed.
see, here's the thing. You got what you wanted, and now you're getting greedy. Now you're getting greedy, and you're saying supervillain shit, buddy.
If Miquella's redemption, and I wish.
Alright, Chad, I have a question for you. Never mind, I can't attack. The question is off the table. Alright. There we go. I mean, it's not that bad because, you know, obviously this is the boss arena and we're done here. This has been happening a lot in this DLC. Alright, where to next then? I guess Hornsent is all done with his little quest line, as it were. Actually, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I just realized something that would be most fortuitous for my playstyle. Hold on. Am I glad, perhaps, that I killed Millennia? That's her tower. How do you get there again? I forget. The Divine Tower. That was, How do you get there? Why can't I remember? I think you go from the Divine Bridge. Or do you go from here? No. No, because that takes you to this tower. I think you go from this one. I'm pretty sure you go from this one, yeah. So what I want to do is I want to go and grab Millennia's rune. So that whenever I do take damage through my guard and I guard counter, I'm able to just steal it right back. Bloodborne style. I don't know why I'm taking the time to kill this guy. It's not worth my time. Alas. I have begun the sordid task, so I must see it to completion. Alright. Did he drop... Can they drop their great axe? I don't think they can. Perhaps. Let's see. Does this take us where I think it's going to take us? I'm almost certain it does. Yes. Nice. I may be the one player in the world who's able to find a use for Malenia's Great Seal. I'm just going full Sekiro spin-off, or just full FromSoft spin-off, rather. I got the Sekiro tier, and I have the Malenia, the Bloodborne Great Rune. By their powers combined. It is going to be a shorter one. I'm probably going to go for, I want to say, another hour or so. Because I am going to be streaming later in the day as well. Today's a Thursday, so I stream my regular hours. But I woke up early. I've been waking up early lately, which is nice. I feel good when I wake up early. So I just wanted to play a little bit of Elden Ring. Because I knew that I was really close to a boss. And the bosses have been pretty good. And Messmer is no different. I really enjoyed Messmer. Right now, I guess my only worry is... Not my only worry. What I will have to see is... when I replay through the entire game with my arcane character that I'm doing, I'm not going to be using a shield, so it's going to be dodge only. Is the reason I'm enjoying the game so much because I have fully spec'd into a shield playstyle, and the shield playstyle defensively is just that good. And if that's the case, do I think that's a bad thing? I'm not entirely sure, really. I'm not sure how to approach that. Because part of me wants to say, like, I'm kind of invalidating some of the fights with my build options, but another part of me is saying I always use shields in Souls-likes. Shields have always been a part of Souls-likes. This is just the playstyle that I like doing. Is it any less valid for me to just use the playstyle that I always use and enjoy? And the answer to that is obviously no. It's not less valid if you get the kill with tools that aren't the base kit. It's just a matter of, is that satisfying to me? And right now, it is. I wonder if that feeling will fade the more I play through the game. I wonder if I'll start to feel more handicapped by the shield in terms of my enjoyment of the game, rather than empowered by it as I have been playing through the base game regularly. That really is the question. I'm hoping that it stays as this general sort of, like, oh, right, map marker. As this general idea of, I am enjoying the game when I play it like this. So I will continue to enjoy playing the game like that, because this is a playstyle that I enjoy. I mean, it got me all the way through the base game, and now, assumedly, my guess, halfway through the DLC? That's about where I think I'm at. So, it would be upsetting. Ooh, so we're going to drain the water. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm into it. It'd be upsetting if, I came away from this and I was like, oh, I didn't really like the playstyle that I enjoyed for most of the game. They put shields in the game to differentiate the cheaters from the real gamers. So true, and that's why every single starting class except the Deprived starts with one. So if you play anything other than the Deprived, you're actually a cheater. That's how it works, right? If you so much as touch a shield, even pick one up, you've played the game incorrectly. I don't know. Challenge is difficult to correctly determine in these games, is what Elden Ring has taught me. Because it felt like in the previous Dark Souls games, I don't necessarily... It wasn't real. but there was the appearance of a unified general idea of the playstyle of a Souls-like in all of the previous Dark Souls games. There was this general idea of like a melee character who uses dodges as their primary way of avoiding damage, as like the default playstyle. But Elden Ring has added so many different ways of engaging with the game that universal experience, or the perception of that universal experience, no longer exists. And so judging difficulty becomes much more, ironically, difficult in Elden Ring because of the sheer variety of options you have for dealing with any given challenge. Right? I'm interested in finding out what the hell that is. Do you think this is because enemies are not universal? No, the enemies are the one thing that is universal, actually. They're the one thing that doesn't change. It's the player's approach to them that changes quite a lot. Well, no, actually, I can't even say that the enemies are universal, because one of my biggest criticisms for the game is the variability of the enemy AI due to their increased responsiveness. I've talked multiple times about sometimes when I fight a boss, there are some bosses, Millennia in particular, where I never feel like I've gotten a satisfying kill on Millennia, because every time I kill Millennia, it feels like I just got her softball AI. Instead of like her real aggressive AI. So it's really hard for me to get a beat on, I don't know, the intended difficulty of any given encounter in Elden Ring. And that is further compounded by the variety of build options, making it difficult to tell, you know, what is a truly difficult experience in Elden Ring, right? These bosses might be hard. Am I making them too easy by fighting them with a shield, or is this like the actual level of challenge they were intended to have? Because guard counters feel like a pretty important mechanic. They're important enough that they are tutorialized, which to me is an indication, or really the only indication you could probably get from this game, that is an intended part of the general playstyle. If something is in the tutorial, my general belief is that you are probably meant to be doing that throughout the entire game. Do you think that's a relatively like even stance to have? That seems pretty intuitive to me. I'm looking at the mechanics and I am saying, what are the base mechanics of the game that they want you to be engaging with in a standard playthrough? And having guard counters in the Cave of Knowledge, to me, indicates that it's not just a new mechanic they want to teach you about, it is a new mechanic that they want you to use as you play through the game. But I don't know how to feel about that, because there isn't, in much the same way that you cannot definitively determine authorial intent, and this is why the concept of death of the author exists. You can't know for sure what an author intended in any given passage, unless they tell you, and even then, that's subject to scrutiny. You don't really know for sure what is an intended mechanic, or what is intended to be part of a player's playstyle or toolset in a game which is so open as this one, right? In a game with so many different options, it's very hard to say what you are meant to have, right? So my assumption is based on universal tools given to every player in every playthrough and what they specifically tutorialize, right? And so the reason why I say that shields and guard counters are probably most likely an intended part of the general first-time user experience is that every class except for the deprived starts with some form of shield, so you have the ability to block with something that isn't just your weapon, and guard counters are part of the tutorial. Now, I don't necessarily think that's like incredibly strong ground to stand on, because I don't think most players use a shield. I think that, strangely, I'm probably the outlier in that regard. But I think that would be enough to make a relatively decent case for stating that to be so.
Favor me with thy grace.
The hell are you?
I have met
Oh, it's you!
threaten or distress thee, and quelled each and all, and I hereby swear to never cease. So please grant me thy grace.
Uh-oh.
Give me with my solitary light. Queen Marika, I implore thee, bestow thy grace. Take not from me my solitary light.
Can I do anything with you?
Take not.
Can I take from him his solitary light? I'm not gonna kill him. Because he's an NPC, he might have something useful to do. Ideally, what Joe said in his Elden Ring video, I think, is, like, the best way of looking at it. In terms of what is the quote-unquote intended path. Which is, are you having fun with the game? Then you're doing it right. Generally speaking, I think that is probably the best way to look at it. If you are playing the game, and you are using the tools within the game, and you are having a good time, that is the right way to play. It is a game, it is supposed to be fun, right? The only problem then comes whenever... I essentially just whenever you try and incorporate challenge into that vector of fun. Is there a way for you to find a playstyle that you think is fun, but that removes the challenge from a game that you are playing because you are looking for that challenge? Right? So then it becomes a little more difficult to determine. Because am I having fun with this playstyle? Absolutely, yes. This is exactly the kind of like player fantasy I have when it comes to wielding a great shield. This is exactly what I want from this build, and I'm really happy it exists. I love guard counters. They're one of my favorite. They're one of my. They are probably my favorite new mechanic overall. Now, am I being challenged adequately? That's hard for me to say, really. I feel like with the important bosses, the remembrance bosses so far, I don't know that I've really hit something that I can, like, grind up against just yet. And I think that my shield might be the determining factor in that. Dancing Lion just got absolutely trounced. Did not stand a chance. He has a third phase. I skipped over it completely. I did not even get to see what Dancing Lion does. Rolana was fun, but she only got to her second phase once. When she got to her second phase, I just tanked her big magic damage attack and killed her. I had a fun time with that boss. It's hard for me to say whether that boss was particularly challenging. And then Mesmer, same deal. He got to his second phase twice, and then his second phase, I essentially just had the same strategy as I did for the first one, took him down, right? Did I have fun with those bosses? Absolutely yes. Did I find those bosses to be particularly challenging? I don't necessarily think they hit the threshold that I'm looking for. I would like to be able to fight those bosses again. I wish that I could just, you know, go to a place where I could just fight that boss back to back to back to back to back and really feel like I understand the boss and determine whether I was particularly challenged by it. Or whether my playstyle is the determining factor in mitigating all of the challenge the boss provides. If this were Lies of P, it'd be easy as that. You can just refight any boss you want in Lies of P just like that. But unfortunately, in a game this large, FromSoft has neglected to include some sort of boss rematch functionality. So, you can't really say for sure. For me, challenge equals fun. If I had your experience, I'd be disappointed. That's, right now, the problem that I am juggling. Is, did I have fun? Yes. Was I challenged? No. Do I require a challenge for it to be fun? Kind of. I am playing this game because it offers a level of action game difficulty that no other game necessarily offers as well, right? There are games which come close. In Lies of P, I believe there are games that exceed it, but I am playing this game to be challenged. I want something that I have to throw my head against until I eventually break through on the other side. And I'm finding a lot that I am breaking through a lot easier than I am expecting to. I think it breaks the game a little bit because most enemies don't react/interact with the shield. That's generally how I feel as well, which is kind of the problem with a game this open. I think it is a fundamental problem that I wouldn't know how to solve, because the Dark Souls games are built on a pretty significant amount of player choice in terms of build options, right? It is not an accident that Elden Ring has this many options available to the player. It's been like this since Dark Souls 1, right? I just feel like the problem we're sort of running into now is one where the enemy AI still hasn't been able to adapt to what the player is capable of. And what the player is capable of has only gotten more and more extravagant. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Time for make or break. Time for make or break. I should have just gone top to bottom. That would have been way faster. Split damage. Split damage. No. Split damage. Oh, this thing does look awesome, though. A little top heavy. A little top heavy. All right. This is really important. All right. If this does not have the hardness to deflect his dagger, unfortunately, the entire weapon type is out the window. This guy does not give a fuck. All right. Please, 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 please work. Please work. God damn it. Man. That sucks. I'm not even gonna finish fighting this guy. Alright, motherfucker. If you want to be like that, then sure. You know what? What if? What if? Got him. I mean, it looks dumb as hell, so I'm not going to do it. However, being able to assumedly block on charge attack startup could be pretty good. Could be quite nice. Can't you put any shield buffing ashes on it? Does barricade shield increase weapon hardness? I know it increases your guard boost. Does it increase hardness? It does not increase your hardness. Alright, so that doesn't do anything we need it to. Unfortunately, That does not solve the problem at all. I do want to see something, though. Which is, do we... We do! Okay, that is actually quite useful. Well, there's the problem we're running into. Which is, it's only on the startup of it. So whenever you get towards the end of the animation, normally you'll block an attack, and then they'll just hit you again. That's a shame. I was actually really, really excited about these weapons. I mean, it's not a deal breaker that they don't have the same hardness as a Great Shield. But I mean, considering that they don't even block 100% physical and their guard boost isn't particularly great, I mean, the problem I'm running into right now is, do I want something that does the function of both my shield and my weapon decently, or do I want to just do the same thing I've been doing, which is to have a shield that's great and then a weapon that's great? And that the answer to that is unfortunately always going to be like, just give me the thing. If it's not broke, don't fix it. You know? Theoretically a very cool weapon type, but I'm already... It doesn't satisfy the power fantasy that I'm seeking out, which is, you know, the defense and the offense at the same time. Which is a shame, but, you know, I'll live. Level up. Getting close there. And these are the only two in the game. I don't really like the shape of this one. Also, this is the better one, but... Decisions. Unfortunately, I won't have to make any. What was I doing? Let's explore the church more. We have about an hour left. There should be more down here. I wonder if, since it's a shield and a weapon, does that mean that you could apply... Yeah, I know you can apply weapon buffs to it. Or at least I think you can apply weapon buffs to it. Yeah, you can apply weapon buffs to it. Can you apply magic shield to it? Because if that's the case, that could be pretty cool for a hybrid magic build. Okay, well, actually, question. Can I buff this one since it has innate magic? Yeah, I can! Oh, wow. Triple split damage? I was not expecting that to be the case. So this just seems like a flat upgrade to the basic dueling shield. I don't... I mean, I guess it's better at blocking holy. It just feels to me... I don't know. Interesting. Weird that you find them in the same area as well. Huh. Alright, let's see if I can make this. Hello there, mister. Got him. Alrighty. Didn't even drop anything. Alright, can I jump over here and get this? I can. Shadow Tree Fragment, worth. Alright. Then let's go over this way. I want to know... Oh, that's a tree... That's a tree spirit, isn't it? That's what's in the water, isn't it? It's an ulcerated tree spirit, isn't it? I'm wondering what the big new cool sea monster is going to be, and it's just going to be a fucking tree spirit. Aw, man. Please don't be a tree spirit. Please don't be a... Oh. Have you been... has anything been spoiled to you about the DLC? I have a general knowledge of all of the major bosses. I have next to no knowledge about the areas. So exploration is all new to me. But the bosses, well, I know what the bosses are. I know nothing about how to fight them and how to engage with them, which is exciting. So a mixture of spoilers and unspoiled. I have done my best to maintain a general idea of blindness with this expansion, because I knew that I would probably play it at some point, for one reason or another. So again, I have a vague knowledge of just about... I have a vague knowledge of all things. Or approximate knowledge of many things, would be the correct way to say that. No, wait! If he drops that sword, I'm gonna be sad. Did he drop anything? Oh, good, okay. Hello there. Like, the general feeling I have in regards to FromSoft's Souls-likes is I am a big enough fan of this genre that no matter what, no matter how negative my feelings were on Elden Ring, I was going to play this at some point, right? It was an inevitability of my interests, right? Wow, that's a lot of smithing stones. And I feel the same way about Bloodborne. I knew that I was going to have to find some way to play Bloodborne eventually. And I feel the same way about Demon Souls. I'm going to have to find a way to play Demon Souls eventually. Right? Luckily, I'm generally enjoying this. It's hard for me to say. It's a very mixed experience, and right now I'm on the upswing, is what I'll say. I talked about this last stream. Talked is certainly one way to put it. I had a full-blown fucking crash out. My problem with Elden Ring is that when it wants to be Dark Souls, that is to say, when it puts you in a legacy dungeon and has more linear level design that has these branches of exploration like I'm doing now, it's really, really good, because this is what FromSoft is fantastic at. This is their strong suit, and they are obviously just getting better and better and better every single time they do it, right? The legacy dungeons, as they are called in this game, are consistently phenomenal. However, everything else is fucking awful. Is exploring the world fun? Yes, these environments are gorgeous. The way you navigate them is interesting. Is interacting with the world fun? Not at all. Not even a little bit. No. Field bosses are a chore. Dungeons are very unrewarding. The bosses that aren't remembrance bosses are consistently pretty bad and disappointing. Everything to do with the open world feels unrewarding and uninteresting outside of the visceral experience of just exploring the open world, right? And so I'm torn on Elden Ring, because on one hand, this is some of the best Dark Souls there has ever been. These legacy dungeons and the increased verticality that you are given by being able to jump around them, the level of secrets and discoveries they are able to pack into any given area, are better than it has ever been before, and no one does it better than FromSoft in that regard. Lies of P is good at a great many things. It is not better than Elden Ring in terms of level design. Alright? Elden Ring is king in that regard. And I do not believe it will ever be dethroned, because FromSoft are masters of their craft. Unfortunately, they've taken up a side hobby, and they're not quite as good at it just yet. Do I believe that there's the capacity for them to be good at it? Yes. However, they are brushing up against fundamental problems with the open world formula in order to do so. It is a matter of quantity versus quality, and when they focus on quality, there is no one better than them. But when they need to fill this space, they falter. And it's not their fault. It's just the fault of the format. It is not suited for an open world in a way that keeps it as enjoyable and as engaging as all of their other content. Right? It is just, in my eyes, a fundamental flaw of the genre that I could never expect them to overcome. But is unfortunately a significant detriment to my experience as someone who doesn't just tolerate open worlds. I actively dislike open worlds because they are counter to how I generally like to enjoy a game. I forget how we got here. I feel like I said a lot of things that felt meaningful. But I don't know how we got to this specific topic. I think someone asked if I was... it started with someone asking if I was spoiled, and then it sort of spiraled into this whole thing of me talking about the difference between the open world and the legacy dungeon. That was my fault. I got impatient. What's the best open area in the base game and DLC and why? I can't say for sure what the best open area is yet in the DLC. As far as the base game? Huh. As far as the base, what's the best base game? So here's the areas that are in consideration for me. Limgrave. Lower Limgrave, I think. It would have to be all of Limgrave. It's all or nothing when it comes to Limgrave. Limgrave is genuinely quite good. On a first playthrough especially, the amount of stuff happening in that very first zone is truly magical. Exploring Limgrave for the first time, I was convinced that Elden Ring was a 15 out of 10. It was the game that would finally make me love open worlds. It had solved all of the problems that were inherent to the genre. Exploration felt rewarding. It felt like there was always somewhere to go, always something to see, always something to do. Limgrave is really tightly designed to get you to engage with all aspects of the game and of open world exploration. On a replay, I don't enjoy it as much, but I still think it's pretty good. There's a nice spread of content in this area here that it's generally worth doing most of it. It can make starting up your run in the second playthrough a little slow because you do have to go down here to Lower Limgrave where, you know, you can do Castlemorn if you want. But I think the earlier part is a lot more tightly designed. There's a lot more constrained navigation. You're funneled in a lot of interesting ways. Landmarks are relatively obvious and easy to reach. And so it feels very rewarding to navigate through Limgrave. Not to mention the discoveries that are inherent to this. The dragon on the lake, coming over here to the Suifer River and finding this whole area down there. That's crazy. Coming to Stormvale Castle, the whole, like, march up here. That's all really good. Limgrave is probably the best area in terms of the open world. I think Liurnia, while beautiful, is far too dense and far too open. I think there's too much to do here. It takes too long to get to most of it, and not all of it is particularly interesting. This is a very large stretch of land that they had to really heavily populate with side dungeons that aren't necessarily all that engaging. Altus Plateau is pretty good. Do I think the Altus Plateau is better? I think the Altus Plateau benefits greatly from being very small. There isn't a lot happening in the Altus Plateau, and I think that is actually a great benefit to it. It's very contained. What is there is relatively interesting. There aren't a lot of side dungeons in the Altus Plateau, so generally speaking, I tend to like it more on a replay because there's less fluff. Mountaintop of the Giants is dog shit. This entire area sucks. There is nothing good about anything in this portion of the map whatsoever. All of this is bad. 100% of it. None of the bosses are good. None of the dungeons are good. There is nothing here that is interesting. And Caelid, I don't know how to feel about Caelid. Caelid's weird because it's right next to the starting zone, but you're obviously meant to come here later in the game. But it never feels like I can find the sweet spot with Caelid of when I'm supposed to be there. So I either come there early, have a bad time, and go away, and then what always happens with Caelid is I will come there early, I will have a bad time because I'm under-leveled, and the content is not ready for me. And so I'll be like, okay, I'll come back to Caelid later. And then I come back to Caelid later, and I'm way too over-leveled for any of it to even be slightly interesting. It is just like, I can never find the sweet spot, so I never enjoy Caelid, unfortunately. If we're considering the underground to be an open area, it's the best in the game. But I do not consider the underground to be an open area. I consider all of this to be one big legacy dungeon. This is not designed in the same way as the open world. This is designed the same way that a legacy dungeon is. So if we're considering this to be part of the open world, it is without question the best part of it. But if we're not, then it's probably Limgrave, which is a shame because that's like saying the game peaks really early with the open world. Which, you know, when I say it like that, I agree completely. The game does peak early with the open world, which I feel is probably just like how the game was designed. Like, I feel whenever they were making the game, they probably started with Limgrave and then populated it pretty densely, pretty interestingly with a lot of things. And a lot of stuff is happening. There's a lot of NPCs. There's a lot of interesting landmarks. It's really varied in how you traverse it and all the different activities you can do. And then you get to Liurnia, and it starts to get really samey, and it just sort of breaks down from there. It's rough. So, best open area, Limgrave, for sure. As for the DLC, I don't know yet. Might be the starting area, because this is where I was having the most fun, but it's hard to say. How later is later? I think it felt great when Ronnie's quest needs you in Caelid. Here's the problem. Whenever I do Ronnie's quest, I've never followed Ronnie... How can I phrase it? By the time Ronnie needs me to go kill Radon, he's already dead. Does that make sense? So it's hard for me to say. I don't know. I think what I'm going to try and do is maybe follow that general idea on my current playthrough. Oh. It's okay. DLC is much better at overlaying open world areas. I got here through that feeling is way better here. I agree with that, yeah. The way that you navigate through this world is definitely a lot more interesting. Oh, is this a pull? Hold on a minute. I think I understand what's going on. One goes down, the other goes up? Is that it? Yep, okay. See, this is what I mean. Whenever it comes to designing areas like this, no one is better than FromSoft. There's so many different little, like, small interactions, small rewards for being able to accurately and confidently assess your environment and look at the tools you're being given as you navigate the world. It's really good. Stuff like this is amazing. It's just a shame that they can't really incorporate those kinds of small discoveries into the open world as effectively. I think we've done pretty much everything we want to. I don't know that there's anything left in this area, so I think we're We go back to church, perhaps? Have I been here before? Did I come up this? Shadowkeep may be one of the most complex dungeons FromSoft has ever made in terms of interlinking areas. I think there are 6 to 7 routes that meet up at Shadowkeep. That's amazing. Yeah, this area has been really, really fun. I've really enjoyed navigating this place. Are we about to encounter one right now? Where does this lead? I thought we'd already been here. Where are we going? I think overall, I'm probably going to end up enjoying Shadows of the Erdtree more than I enjoyed the base game. But I don't necessarily think that is going to be entirely by its own merits. I think that may be a coincidence based on the smaller size of the map. There is less open world in Shadows of the Erdtree. Have mercy for the far-spirited away shamans. There's less open world in Shadows of the Erdtree, which means there is, by ratios, more of the legacy dungeons, which is the actual good shit. That's what I'm actually here for. Hello? Hi, what's your deal? Okay. I was not expecting to run into another boss. Oh, it's one after another. Okay. Interesting cadence. Oh, wow. I'm excited. I was not I didn't think I would get to another boss before the end of stream. I didn't think I would get to another boss. This guy looks fun. Oh, I hope he gets his lance. I hope he gets his lance. I hope his boss weapon is his lance. Do you want a hint here? This is one of From's most obtuse hidden paths here. No, actually. I think I'm good. I think I'm fine with that. Alright. Time to go all out just this once. Not referring to the boss, another path? Interesting. Maybe. Should I summon the girls? I don't want to summon the... I'm excited for this boss, so I'm not going to summon the girls. Let's go! Oh, shit, we can act... Oh, I didn't think... Okay. Ow. Where's my health? Okay, that was all bad. That was all bad. All of that was bad. I hope you get his lance. That's a really cool look. Well, maybe a little too wide. I still want the lance. I want the lance. I want his lance. I hope they give his lance. Give me his lance. Give me his lance. I want the lance. Please let that be his boss weapon. I want the lance. Alright. I don't really think I need the magic buff, so we won't use the magic buff. Alright. Let's fucking go! Uh-oh! Drank the wrong flask again, that's bad. Yeah, gravity magic is physical anyway. Ow! Oh, that's 2 hits, okay. Whoops. That one was just me mistiming a parry. So for context, after the first time you fought this boss at launch, he would spawn 50 feet from the door and charge you right away. Half of my deaths were less than 10 seconds in due to getting stuck between the boar and the wall. Interesting. So now they actually have some distance between you and him. Gotcha. Alright, let's go, motherfucker. I have a feeling I may find the opposite problem annoying the more I play. Uh-oh! Okay. Let's go. Get me in there, get me in there. There's my damage boost. And double up with a charged heavy. Missed the second one. Ow! Why did that hit me? I got my perfect guard. Why did that hit me? Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna chalk that up to I just mistimed a parry. That's my guess. I probably just mistimed a parry because I really don't. I hope the hitboxes aren't that bad that he's hitting me behind my shield. Okay, that's why you block those. Alrighty. Oh, hello. Alright, never mind. I guess I don't get it. Thank you. Right. Alright. I was asking myself why I was blocking that charge, and so I was like, okay, well, maybe I should go for the dodge instead. And then I remembered that dodging charge attacks in FromSoft games is horrendous, because the way that they do hitboxes is really bad. It was even worse in Bloodborne, where dodging was your only means of defending yourself, and if an enemy charged at you and you dodged out of the way and you mistimed it by a frame, you would take double damage and die instantly. That was a lot of fun. I love instability damage. Okay, I don't remember him doing that little swipe there. I thought it was a slam and then... Oh. Alright. Looks like I'm not going to get my turn to heal. Oh, I got it. Stole it from him. Yeah, that's two. Interesting. Alrighty. Fire Dog in Bloodborne was far and away the worst boss in the entire game. It was so bad it made me stop doing Chalice dungeons entirely. The Gravity Hog! What the fuck? Psycho Crusher! That was greedy of me. That was greedy of me, I knew. That was fucking awesome! What? What the hell was that? This boss is awesome! The fucking hog does a Psycho Crusher. That's amazing! That's awesome! That one hit me because he circled. Went behind my shield. Ow. That one hit me behind my block. Okay. So... whenever he's circling a little bit, whenever he does his swipe, swipe, slam, I need to dodge the second one, because he circles around me in a way that can kind of get fussy with how the guard lock-on works. I can also just wait to get in here to buff up. I shouldn't have activated that so early. He takes a while to get here. I should use that as my opening attack. That one, dodge it, and then guard counter. And charge heavy. Ooh, there's our guard break. And we didn't get our riposte. And my controller died. I'm gonna have to buy new rechargeable batteries. These ones are becoming very unreliable. Some people forgot how busted Orphan of Cause hitboxes were. Yeah, Bloodborne... I had a very bad time with Bloodborne, unfortunately, which is kind of a direct result of the game being locked to 30 FPS. Using a 360 controller? No, I'm using a Xbox One controller. A lot of Bloodborne's problems come from it being an action game that is extremely demanding of the player and extremely punishing, that is locked forever at 30 FPS. That is not to say that it would be perfect otherwise, but a lot of the core problems of the game stem from that. It makes it feel quite bad to play. Yeah, unstable 30 FPS too, which is insane to me. I chose the wrong time to heal. That one's 3 attacks. Interesting. Yeah, I gotta dodge that because it's weird. Oh, and it didn't. All right, double chug, greed, gluttony, perhaps. Oh, dodge, slam. What's a stab? Psycho Crusher time! Oh my god! I didn't block right! Oh fuck! Oh, he's doing electricity now. Alright, alright. Looking good. Gravity well. I'm blocking so much right now! Oh, that was lucky. Gotcha. Stab. And then he's going to go for the kick. Strafe. Charged heavy. Already another. Let's go. Is this the kill? Girls, get in here. Oh, fuck. This is a massive arena. Where are the girls? There they are. I lost sight of the mission. I'm so sorry, girls. I let you down. I really didn't think you would be able to kill me in one hit there. I probably took extra damage because I was unstable. I need to... Listen. That was my fault. I didn't trust the girls enough to believe that they would be by my side in my moment of need. That was my fault. I deserved that loss. I deserved that loss. Dodge and stab. Charge. Strafe around the kick. Charged heavy. Slam. And posture break. And I don't get my riposte! Slam. Just the one? Oh, no. Yep. Slam. Dodge. Why is my health bar pink? Oh, because I can regain it. Gotcha. Already going for the Swine-Co Crusher. Why am I... This is going to be over by the time he lands. Greedy. Greedy. Oh, that's bad. We need to get away from that. That's going to deal constant damage. Oh, man. Alright. That attack is really weird. I think that entire combo, I just want to dodge, dodge, then block. Because it seems like the way that he moves really gets around blocking. Which, honestly, if a move consistently gets around my guard, I would prefer that to be the case. If it consistently negates my guard, at least I can play around that. If it's really inconsistent with whether it breaks my guard, that's when I start to have problems. Because I can just adjust my strategy. That was bad. I'm dead. I'm not dead. We live those? That did electricity damage. Shit. Milady might be the coolest weapon in Elden Ring for me. I agree. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, there's a reason I made a full switch to it. The moveset feels great. It looks cool. Has a lot of variance in how you're able to use it. This is an incredibly agile but still really powerful weapon. That's a lot of fun. It's the perfect mix between a straight sword and a great sword, which is what I always have wanted. Somewhere right in between. I don't know why I'm using a lightning buff. You probably resist it. So, dodge. Big. And... Oh, guard broke. The kick! Shit, that was bad. Might guard break? Nope, got greedy. That'll do it, though. Oh, wow, that was really greedy! Oh my god! I should 100% have been punished for that. Holy... Oh, I didn't read that as an attack. Got him. Give me that fire buff. Dead. And he's going hog mode. He's going hog wild. Oh, dodge and poke. Ooh, give me that. And I didn't get it. Slamming his hog down with authority. Gimme, gimme. Or not! That was scary. Oh, gravity well. Get me out of there. Didn't go for the third. Nope, greedy. Got greedy. And slam. Doo-doo. Girls, get in here. Girls, help! That's bad. I fucked it up again. Girls, get him! Hurry, girls! Girls, take him out! All right. I need to find a time to summon the girls when I will not get absolutely murdered. What? Stop applying that. That's not the one. Go on holy, even though most enemies resist holy. Ow. There we go. I don't know where I'm supposed to stand for that. That's pretty rough. And charged heavy. Dodge, and he didn't go for it. And charged heavy, posture break. I'm just going to start hitting him with attacks instead. Seems like that's really inconsistent. That's bad. Ow. Alright, now's the time to heal. You've been streaming for 2 hours? Did you take a water break? Not yet, but we're going to end the stream probably as soon as this boss is done. Dodge instead, and poke. Strafe. Oh, fuck. Didn't work. Double chug for the greed. Dodge right through that. That's bad. Dodge. Going for the poke, please. Strafe around. Charge attack, guard break. Let's go. Heal up instead, because we're not going to get it anyway. Summon the girls. Fuck. Alright, girls are in play. I don't know where they are, but they're in play. Psycho Crusher again? Get away from the gravity well. Stab. Do. Going hog mode there. Girls, come get him! Girls! Girls, what are you doing? Stop frolicking! Girls. Girls, stop frolicking, please. Take him out. Come on! Nicely done. Nicely done. Excellent work. Excellent work. I'm so proud of you, girls. Now you can go frolic. Feel free. All right. Fun boss. Fun boss. Decent level of challenge. It was fun to learn his moveset. I enjoyed that. That was a good one. That was a very fun one. Ooh, yeah. And then finally got that up to 15, so all my stats are nice and even, and I'm no longer insane. All right. Cool. Yeah, it's a fun boss. I think... Therefore I am. What's going on here is... I found that boss to be fun. I found that boss to be challenging. I think the level of challenge is directly correlated to how long it takes me to discover the optimal response. Because that felt like I probably learned and beat that boss in about the same speed that I beat Mesmer as well, right? I I don't know. I'm wondering if shields are taking away some of my, well, they're definitely taking away some of my response variety. I don't know. I'm conflicted, as you may be able to tell. I don't know. No! Okay. We're just going to pretend that didn't happen. I don't know how to feel. Because on one hand, I don't think I would be having a better time if I were dodging instead of blocking. But on the other hand, I wonder if blocking is removing a lot of the challenge inherent to a lot of these patterns. But on the other hand, rather, I wonder if I'm reintroducing that challenge by using the parry flask and trying to time my blocks rather than just hold them. And especially with that boss, he showed me that if I hadn't been timing them, he has more than enough strength to break through a guard that is not properly timed. So I think that's probably why I enjoyed that boss as much as I did. One, because he had an attack pattern that forced me to use a different response that was not just blocking. And two, I really felt like I needed to time my blocks perfectly, otherwise he would break my guard and kill me. I really enjoyed that boss. That might be my favorite boss of the DLC so far. That was a lot of fun. This boss is horrendous with non-shield builds. I have a feeling that might be the case, yeah. It seemed like there were a lot of things that you would either need to dodge, like, in a specific direction to get out of the way, or... Even that could be fun in its own right, though. I would love to hop right back in and try it again, but unfortunately it's going to be another 20 hours before I fight this boss again. Let's go back to the keep. Let's check out the boss stuff that we got. And then I think we will end stream there, because we've been live for 2 hours. Nice little Type 2. Fought 2 bosses that were pretty fun. Yapped quite a lot. I feel like these Elden Ring streams are really going well for me. I have a lot of fun with these, and chat seems to be engaged as well, which is nice. Okay. Well, there you go. There you go. I wanted the lance. Give me the lance. Mesmer Orb. Well, I want to use the Spear of the Impaler, even though I don't have the dexterity. I could easily equip a charm that gives me the dexterity if I ever want to use it, though. Let's see what we're working with here. Hop on down. I think it would be interesting if at the remembrance, at the, what is it? The little mausoleums here. When you ground the mausoleums and you get a boss soul from there, I think it would be interesting if instead of just getting the boss soul from the mausoleum, you went into the mausoleum and then you had to fight the boss again to get their remembrance again. I think that would be fun. I can tell you right now, I'm really fucking with this. It matches our gear really well. It works really well. So now it's a question of, what's the moveset like? Thrust? It has a thrusting... Oh, it's a great, yeah, heavy thrusting sword. Okay. That's good. I like the heavy thrusting sword moveset. And the heavies? That's a little disappointing. See, that I don't like. That I don't like. That the heavies should be sweeping attacks. Wow. What a miss, man. What? What the hell? That's such a letdown. You do get to Psycho Crusher at least, but come on, man. Really? A combination of Greatsword and Lance that uses the movesets of neither. That's fucking stupid. What a fucking miss. Are we serious right now? I'm actually upset about that. This would be the perfect weapon if it had some sweeping attacks, which it's designed to have. Come on, man. That sucks. That really sucks. Alright. Well, guess I'm not using that. And then we also got the Spear of the Impaler. Which looks cool. Definitely too ostentatious for me to want to use it. And... oh? Excuse me? Excuse me? Huh. Well now. That's intriguing. That's cool. I can't see what the weapon art is right now, though. Or at least not the full version of the weapon art. Because I don't have enough dexterity. Do I have something that increases my dexterity temporarily? Stargazer, Intelligent. Where's the Sword Seal? I don't have Radigan's sword. What the fuck? Hold on one moment. One moment, please. I have to go grab something. Grab Radigan's Sword Seal? Did I even play this game? What? I came here and killed the dragon and didn't get Radigan's Sword Seal? That's like the start of every single, like, post-first Elden Ring run. That's just what you do. I'm also going to switch back to the helmet. Well, I'm really disappointed by that spear, man. That sucks. That absolutely fucking sucks. Is that unreasonable of me? I feel like... I mean, I know I'm definitely having, like, a much bigger reaction than I think is probably warranted. But, like... it's a sword lance. It's in the name. It's supposed to do both. That's what it's supposed to do. That sucks, man. That completely sucks. The only upside of this weapon is that the Ash of War is swappable. Yeah, that's pretty good, I guess. I don't know, man. Like, it looked great. Any desire I have to swap to it has been ruined by the fact that it doesn't adhere to the core fantasy of what the design invokes. Yeah, that's some anime shit right there. That's cool. Cool weapon. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just know that if I used it, I would spend the entire time being disappointed by the fact that I only use it as a thrusting weapon. That's such a disappointment, man. That is an immense disappointment. The Psycho Crusher is cool, at least. Man. That sucks. You can swap it, but I feel like, why would you want to use anything else? Like, here's the thing. If you swap the Ash of War on this, then what's the point of using it at all? Because it has nothing unique about it. I'm unreasonably upset about that. I am completely unreasonably upset about that. That is such a fucking shame, man. That's why I like Malaise so much. Two-handed moveset is exactly the same. Two-handed moveset is exactly the same. That's why I like this so much, because it has thrusting attacks. and it has sweeping attacks. That's why my favorite weapon in every Souls-like game is the S-Stock. Because it's a thrusting sword when you do light attacks, and then the heavy attacks are sweeping attacks. So you have that versatility. That's why I always, always, always use this. Or at least why I use it on most of my first playthroughs. How are you going to make the S-Stock adhere more to the fantasy of the Sword Lance? God, man. Where even is it? Did I go past it again? There's lances. Is it with the thrusting swords? Yeah, it is. Okay. S-Stock is great. Always been frustrated that the moveset only ever gets the one weapon. Yeah! I don't... Man... I'm really sad about that. I'm really sad about that. First thing I said when I saw the boss is, I want that lance. And I got the lance, and it's designed to be my favorite weapon in the game, and then it just gets the fucking great thrusting sword moveset. Ugh. What a fucking disappointment. I wonder if I should use the S-Stock. You know what? We'll swap out for the S-Stock for a little bit, I think. Instead of Malaise. What's the damage difference? Much worse scaling. Holy shit. Although, I don't have any infusement on it, that's why. What do I want to do for the Ash of War on it? Flame Spear. Ready the weapon for a thrusting attack and unleash the flame. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Does this keep the fire on it? It does. Okay, we will use that then. What's the damage looking like now? Is it comparable to the Milady? No, it is worse on both fronts. It is worse on both fronts because it has better scaling and better damage and better everything. But it's also plus 25. Maybe that little bump will get it over. We'll upgrade this, we'll look at the scaling, and then we will end stream. Ooh. Big stretch. Alright. Man, I'm so upset. I'm so upset about that. Strength and armament. Ancient dragon, smithing stone. Alright, what's it looking like now? It's still pretty bad compared to. But also, this has much faster light attacks. So, that's fine. Alrighty. That is going to be all from me today. I don't think anyone else is live that we can raid yet. Joe doesn't go live for another hour. So, I think... Yeah, no one I follow is live. Shoot! Well, we're just going to have to end it there. Thank you very much for watching. Always a pleasure. I will be live later today with some Prey at around... well, you know what? I think we'll start later than usual since we had an earlier stream. So I'll probably see you around 4 p.m. EST with some Prey. Until then, have a good one, folks. See ya!